This is The Post Up with DJ Trice. I'm running my mouth on everything hot in sports, news, drama, and whatever is blowing up the timeline. Let's get into it. Welcome back to a brand new episode of The Post Up. You already know me. I go by the name of DJ Trice, and I stay posted up right here running my mouth about sports. It's Monday, so you know what madness we talking about. NCAA women's basketball, y'all. A new AP poll just came out, and I just like to start with saying the first four teams are the ones that I predicted that would be in the Final Four. Does this mean that I will be right in March? No. We've got about 40 days until March Madness starts, but I would just like to point that out so that, you know, people who come to my channel to tell me I don't know what I'm talking about, it's a reach, I need to, you know, anything can happen in the tournament. I am not saying that none of those things are true. I am just simply stating that this week's top four teams are, again, the teams that I believe would be in the Final Four. So let's get it jumped off. Of course, we're going to start with team number one, ranked number one. Who's been number one? UConn. It sounds like this episode is probably starting just like my last week's episode, but it ain't my fault. UConn is playing great basketball. I continue to say I don't know what team can beat UConn, and people are commenting that every team can be beaten. Again, two things can be true at the same time, but this team can start off slow, can be down, and still win by 30. Sarah Strong, AZ Fudd, undefeated. UConn is sitting in first place. All right, since last week, the Huskies have played Tennessee and Xavier, and they beat Tennessee 96-66. 96-66, and on the fourth, they played DePaul, so we are just going to assume that that is going to be a win. No shade to my grad school alma mater, but Tennessee, where was y'all at? What was y'all doing there? I saw a tweet that was saying that the Tennessee coach brought all them the girls there to play for her, and she's scared of them all. And I was cracking up. Cracking up because they were saying in that fourth quarter that the team just fell apart. Sarah Strong had 19 points. KK Arnold had 4.5 assists. Sarah Strong shot 60%. On defense, Sarah Strong had 8 rebounds. 3.4 steals per game is what she's averaging, and 1.6 blocks. Okay. I wish there was more to this story. But make a fool out of me, somebody, anybody. Swing at them. Beat UConn. So 23-0 is where they sit in first place. Then let's talk about those UCLA Bruins. Y'all thought I was crazy when I was wearing a UCLA hat. Not this one specifically, but I have a Bruins hat that I usually wear when I be talking about women's college. But Lauren Betts, Gabriela Jaquez. Let's see who they played this week in order to stay in. They stayed in second place. They went into second place last week. I was like, wait a minute, does my memory serve me wrong? They beat number 8 ranked Iowa 88-65. That's a pretty big deficit. Next up, they have Rutgers, Michigan. That's going to be a testing game because Michigan had UConn down to the wire. Michigan State, Indiana. But I will say the Big Ten is stepping up. I'll talk about that later in our rankers here. But the Big Ten is playing some basketball. They are playing some basketball, y'all. Even though they aren't in those top, except for UCLA, the top like 5, they are heavily in the top 10. South Carolina, 21-1. The only losses they've taken so far this season was Texas earlier this season, Oklahoma, because they just fumbled that one. They just got done playing Texas A&M. Joyce Edwards, I think she scored like 14 points in the fourth quarter. She just went off. Next, they played Mississippi State, and then they played that Tennessee team and LSU and Alabama. I'm waiting for that LSU game. It's on Valentine's Day. You and your lover snuggle up next to the TV, okay? We waiting for that LSU versus South Carolina game that will tell really what LSU's got more than South Carolina's got, because people have been saying, me being included, that LSU hadn't been playing competitive teams just yet, but they schedule is starting to cook. Next up with Mississippi. I'm sorry, this ain't their schedule, but South Carolina got Mississippi State, Tennessee, LSU, Alabama, Ole Miss, Missouri and Kentucky. So going into the tournament, it's starting to get good. Number 3 ranked is, actually we just needed number 3 ranked. That was South Carolina. Sorry. We move on to Texas, who is still in the top 4. Number 4, they have lost to South Carolina and LSU. Those are not good indicators. I'm going to just say it straight up. Texas is a team. When Madison gets to cooking, they can continue to play and lead, but losing to them 2 teams specifically, problematic. Rory's also on that team. Rory Harmon is averaging 6.9 assists per game. Madison's field goal average is 51.5. She's shooting exceptionally well when her team can set her up. Their next game, 2-5, is against LSU. Then they play Kentucky. They play Vandy. That 2-12 game is important because Vanderbilt has been surprising people. Michaela Blake's, okay, remember that name. Then they play Tennessee and got some other SEC teams later on there. Texas, if you want to hold on, this next week is going to be a make or break. And this is what we like about March Madness. February leading up into it, the schedule starts to get a little bit more rigorous, and then we off to the races in March. Like I said, we got just under 40 days before March Madness starts, and oh my God, here's the time. Also, remember, y'all, Sunday is the Super Bowl. I kind of forgot because the teams is boring, but and there ain't been much press. I've been watching sports. I ain't seen much press. Maybe it's because I'll be watching TNT and Unrivaled and stuff, and I need to get on ESPN and all the other places. But I'll be around the internet pretty much enough to see that. All right, so your top 4 teams: UConn, UCLA, South Carolina, Texas. Number 5 is LSU, moving up 1 spot. Moving up 1 spot. So ain't no hate here. They've only lost to Vanderbilt, Kentucky. Vanderbilt and Kentucky, those are the 2 teams they lost to. 2-5 against Texas. I might have to go live later this week. Because today the 2nd, 2-5, what's that, Thursday? We might have to go live to do that game. Then they also play Auburn. I think that they are going to beat Auburn, but my homegirl is telling me that Auburn is a team I need to look out for, so I won't discount them yet. And then they play South Carolina, Ole Miss. And then wrap up the end of the month playing Tennessee. Nobody's hating on LSU, but they really going to have to prove it now. Flau'jae is leading the team in points per game, 14.1 points. Michaela Williams, assists per game, 3.9. Mylasia Fulwiley is shooting 48%, which has been pretty great for them. Now on the defensive end, Maya Joyner, 7.2 rebounds per game. Mylasia Fulwiley, she be stealing that ball. 3.3 steals a game. That's crazy. Kate Koval, 1.2 blocks. So we're excited to see what the Lady Tigers are going to do down in LSU and how much noise they're going to make. Make sure you follow me on social media because when these games happen in real life, I am definitely going off. I will let you know exactly what I feel, what I think. I'm going to be watching. Number 6 is Louisville, up 1 spot. And my homegirl said people are not making enough noise about Louisville. And I might have to agree with her because I didn't really have them in the top 10. They lost to UConn, first game of the season. Oh, my God. Then they lost to Kentucky. They lost to South Carolina. Again, all troubling teams to lose to. But if you're going to lose to any teams, those are the teams to lose to. But they have been on quite a tear. They played Duke 2-5, Syracuse 2-8, Wake Forest 2-12. They should clean up. They should clean up at the end of their season. Tajana Roberts, is that her name? Tajana, I got to watch some Louisville games, but I think her name is pronounced Tajana. 12 points per game, 3 assists per game. Anaya Hardy is shooting 69% for Louisville. And then rebounds, Laura Ziegler has 7.5 per game. Skylar Jones, 1.9 steals per game. This is a team I will keep my eyes out. They're not playing no teams I really want to watch them play. I ain't going to lie to you. But I'm going to check out some different film and stuff on the Cardinals to let you know where I think they're going. But it looks like they could win out. So they could continue to stay in that top 10 because they could win out. Even against Notre Dame on 3-1. Number 7, down 2 spots, is Vanderbilt, but that is okay. They are still in the top 10. Vandy, you got to lock in. These next games are going to prove what you've got. Let's see who you played this week to move down some spots. They played Florida and won. They played Ole Miss and lost. Of course, they lost to South Carolina. So they took those 2 L's on the chin, and then they came back and won against Florida by 20. They play Kentucky 2-5, and they play Oklahoma 2-9, and then slide into Texas. So their next 3 games are going to be very important. Those are going to be physical games that they are going to have to fight through and really play 4 quarters of basketball if they want to contend and continue to hold their spots. Michaela Blake's averaging 25.1 points per game, shooting 45%. And even on defense, she's averaging 3.1 steals a game. Just all around their top player and continuing to hold Vandy down. Now, number 8 is Michigan. Big Ten. We in Big Ten country now. Michigan has lost to UConn, Washington, Vanderbilt so far. They just won against Michigan State, which a lot of people are saying you shouldn't sleep on Michigan State either. And that was a close game, only a 3-point deficit. They are playing Nebraska 2-4, UCLA 2-8, and then they go into the rest of the Big Ten. Northwestern, Michigan State. Again, wow. Iowa, which might be challenging for them, and then Ohio State, which is also a ranked team. So Michigan, we're going to see what you got, girls. We're going to see what you got because Big Ten is deep, and Olivia Olson has been leading their team with 18.7 points. Mila Holloway, 4.6 assists per game, and Olivia is shooting 47% for the Michigan Wolverines. I'm going to keep an eye out. They're one of the games we're going to be watching. Number 9 is Ohio State, another Big Ten team. They've lost to Iowa, UCLA, and UConn. The top 10 teams have lost to the same teams, and they all in the top 10, which is good signs, right? This week they played Washington 2-5. That's going to be a really good game because Washington is ranked 24th. If they can upset Ohio State, they can move up a couple spots and Ohio State will fall out of top 10. Then they're playing Oregon 2-8, Maryland on 2-15. So they got Big Ten throughout the rest of their schedule as well. I don't think Ohio State is going to go that deep into the tournament, but I could be wrong. I'm also an Ohio State hater because I graduated from Purdue. And last but certainly not least, ranked number 10, down 2 spots, is Iowa. The Hawkeyes have dropped 2 games in a row to USC. You can't lose to unranked USC and then lose to number 2, UCLA 2. And then they playing Minnesota, Washington, Nebraska, Purdue. They got a pretty easy schedule on the way out. But I think the Iowa Hawkeyes, even though they are 3rd in the Big Ten, they are going to fall out of the top 10 here shortly. Honorable mention, some teams that are coming up. Oklahoma dropped 1 spot into 11. Michigan State is up 1 spot at 12. Ole Miss has jumped up 4 spots and is now at number 13. TCU, Olivia Miles, dropping 2 spots into number 14. Baylor is 15th. Kentucky is 16th. Duke is 17th. Texas Tech 18th. Tennessee down 4 whole spots with that costly loss. Moving down to number 19, and then West Virginia is number 20, y'all. March Madness is heating up, so Mondays are for madness. Women's basketball. I will continue to talk my stuff here, and make sure you follow me on social media at DJ Tricey Trice. That's at DJ TRICEY. I will be here doing March Madness, running my mouth about sports. Remember, on Wednesdays, we talk about Unrivaled. I've also been doing an Unrivaled live series. That's going to be lit. On the 4th of this month, 2 days from now, AU Pro Basketball also starts. So I might just stream that whole day. We're going to see. We're in the land where we get 3-4 women's basketball games a day. So make sure you keep it locked right here on my channel. Subscribe if you haven't. Share this video with somebody who likes women's hoops if you haven't. Comment. Let me know if I'm wrong or if I'm right. I want to hear from you. I will come back with a response. I'm literally on the internet every day to go back and forth with you. So I appreciate you for listening to this episode of The Post Up. For those of y'all who are listening in audio, shouts out to the Revolt Podcast Network for distributing my audio. And for those of you who are watching on YouTube, thank you so much. Memberships are now open. Super chats are now open. I'll talk about that in another video. But thanks for tuning in with me to this episode of The Post Up. You already know me. I go by the name of DJ Tricey Trice, and I'll be posted up right here, running my mouth about sports. I'll see you on the next one. All right, that's a wrap on The Post Up. I ran my mouth, said what I said, and now it's your turn. Drop a comment, share it, and come back tomorrow, because I'm not done talking. And make sure you follow me on social media at DJ Tricey Trice. That's at DJ TRICEY TRICE. I'll be posted up here, y'all.